Wait a minute. The Fort Stewart shooter is claiming what?
Sources say Sergeant Cornelius Radford was in an intimate relationship with one of the men who was shot, a man he reported to authorities as his husband just months before the attack. WSAV's Christine Quayle is joining us now with what court records reveal about that connection.
Oh.
Yes, Tina, Ben. So through court records and sources with knowledge of the investigation, I've learned that the alleged Fort Stewart shooter, Sergeant Cornelius Radford, seemingly had a romantic relationship with a man who was one of the victims.
Sergeant Cornelius Radford was arrested by a Georgia State Patrol officer for driving under the influence on May 18th, just weeks before he allegedly opened fire on Fort Stewart. In the report, the arresting officer says his car was released to a man he self-reported to be his husband. However, according to court records from Liberty County, that man was already married to a person sources say identifies as a woman and was in the process of finalizing a divorce from her. In fact, court records show the divorce between the man.
It's messing me up because they're being politically correct. Identify as a woman. Never mind. That don't got nothing to do with this. What? So he was with a woman and then he left him for this dude, and then the dude ended up killing him. Oh my God, the woman. I don't know, but if you that woman, you probably like hold that mother. Oh my God.
And Radford referred to as his husband back in May, and that man's wife was finalized one day before the shooting at Fort Stewart. Though Radford told Georgia State Patrol the man who took custody of his car was his husband, a source with knowledge of the investigation told WSAV that Radford was only known as an acquaintance to the man with the potential for a relationship. That source confirmed Radford's self-reported husband was one of the shooting victims. Radford is being charged with domestic violence by the Army Office of Special Trial Counsel, and their office also confirmed one of the victims was Radford's intimate partner. This development comes amidst reports that Radford was bullied for a stutter during his time at Fort Stewart. WSAV spoke with a soldier that recently left Fort Stewart who shed more light on these claims, and we've altered his voice in order to protect his identity.
He was essentially the bottom of the pecking order and just not handling it well. Known for being pretty aggressive with its soldier and pretty extreme behavior. And he was known for a pretty heavy stutter. He was pretty much just made fun of. And
they bullied this man until he fucking snapped. We don't know what the last straw was. Was it them? And they were picking on him, and they seen that he'd get a reaction. So it probably became like, watch, I'm gonna go pick on him. He gonna watch what he do. Watch he flip out. Get off of me! I don't know what happened. If this dude got if he was like in a relationship and he's like, oh, I'm getting a divorce from her and I'm gonna leave her and be with you. And then he got the divorce, and the next day he came to him like, okay, we could be open now. Like we could be out together, right? Like. Don't ask, don't tell, ain't here. It's repealed. Like, we could do. And then he was like, nah, I want to see other people still, or I just got my freedom, or whatever it was. It snapped in this motherfucker. Unless maybe somebody found out about it, picked on him for that, or maybe he joined in on it. Like, motherfucker, you gonna join? Damn, my head is like, it's so many possibilities. That's fucked up, though. It's like you don't feel bad for him because he still did it. But to know that they like, yeah, we fucked him up every day. We picked on him every day for his stutter. He wasn't handling it well. He's the bottom of the pecking order. We was sending him to get the keys to the Humvee or mop up the rain. Or and for you, those of you that don't know, Humvees don't have keys. Okay, but that's crazy.
Instead of doing really anything else he could have done, he took the extreme option.
And Radford was transferred to Joint Base Charleston for pretrial confinement. And as is always the case in criminal proceedings, he is presumed innocent until proven guilty.
Oh, this man gonna claim mental insanity. He broke. Let's see what. I knew there was something more to the story than the first news reports. You didn't know. Same. My husband was stationed at Fort Stewart. We lived there for 3 years. Never anything like this occurred. Plus, the main issue I always peeped was a lot of DUI issues. People are getting demoted and kicked out. His husband, that's the whole problem. The problem, but why you shoot your husband and 4 other men? Yeah, like, did they find out about him? Were they spreading some type of, like, they found out, like, what if they found out, like, they had sexually explicit images of him passing it around and picking on him or something? Or they tried to, like, touch him or rape him, or he tried to do something because they knew he was like, this man might have a fucking defense. I enlisted. It couldn't serve more than went to Don't Ask, Don't Tell. The last couple of shores was when I saw people start showing up with their spouses of the same sex, and women were down in a combat armed battalion. That man was married to a person that identifies as a woman. I'm trying to figure. Yeah, they try to be politically correct. Damn. Yep. What happens in the light, what happens in the dark will always come to the light. That is crazy. What y'all think, Cave Dwellers? What do y'all think about this? Look how they put that together. An incident that had nothing to do with this, and he just happened to make a statement and say, my husband. So he was like out with it. Like, it was possible that he was out with it and the other dude's not, and he's just putting him out on Front Street like, yo, I ain't like that. Don't put me out there like that. We just had a little fun. And then he just outed him, and he like, nah. Or he did something, or like, fuck you. Or maybe that dude hit him, or I don't know. It's a lot of ways it could have gone to make him snap, and he wasn't already handling it well. Damn. Let me know what y'all think, Cave Dwellers. What's running through y'all mind? I know. Let's talk about it in the comments, man. Like, share, subscribe, all that. That's crazy.